The Oprah factor will be in full effect tomorrow in Santa Barbara when she hosts a fundraiser for presidential candidate Senator Barack Obama.
Dr. Stephen Caliendo, Associate Professor of Political Science at North Central College, joins us now with a look at what impact on the campaign and the general campaign Oprah may have, or what's been going on this week. First of all, let's start with Oprah and Obama. We were talking earlier, it's one thing to go out and buy her products, you say, but the fact that she's endorsing Obama, is that going to make a big difference?
Well, I don't know if it's going to make a big difference in the long run in terms of votes for Obama in early primary states, and certainly if he gets a nomination in the general. Remember, we're more than a year away from that.
Right.
But there's very little risk involved here with Obama attending this fundraiser.
Right.
I mean, Oprah's not a divisive personality in any stretch. I mean, some people are indifferent toward her, but hardly anybody hates her.
Right.
So there's very little risk. The only risk, I would say, is that he's not taking money from PACs or registered lobbyists, and so he looked like just regular folks, and then to have all these Hollywood hotshots give him money. There's somewhat of a risk there, but anytime Oprah invites you, you go.
Right. There was talk of a possible ad. Now, I've not seen any confirmation of this.
Either.
But if there were an ad with Oprah and Obama, would that have more of an impact?
I think it would help. I mean, one of the things that I realized this summer when I went back east to visit family is that a lot of people on the East Coast especially aren't familiar with Obama very much yet. I mean, it's hard for us to remember that here because he's so present. But I think that anything that calls attention to him and gets people to understand that he's a serious figure is going to help his campaign.
Okay. And what about this whole idea of, going on the Jay Leno show or things like that to announce when you're running? I mean, does that have any impact? We just saw with Fred Thompson this week.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's increasingly something that's happening. We saw it happen in 1992 with Bill Clinton famously on our Arsenio Hall show with the saxophone and the sunglasses.
Yeah.
And since then, really, a lot of candidates have taken to the late-night talk shows, including Jon Stewart's show, to make a splash. I mean, I think for Fred Thompson, it was a good idea. I mean, lots of people watched that show. It was a lot of hype leading up to the fact that he was going to be on that show and make the announcement there. It was probably a good move on his part.
Is he getting in too late here, or does he have a shot?
He's getting in pretty late. If you remember last spring when I was here, you asked me about Al Gore, and we talked about it, and I said, well, if he's going to do it, he better hurry up. And only a few weeks after that, he said, forget it, I'm not going to do it. He's late because of fundraising, and not just because he's behind in the raising, but a lot of the people that might have donated to his campaign might already be committed to other people's campaigns. And so he may be a little bit late.
Okay.
We don't know anything about him yet, though, right? We got to find out what he's about. He hasn't said very much.
Okay.
No,
Looks good on TV, though.
Okay. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much, Stephen. All right. Now, for more information on Dr. Caliendo and his work on race and politics, go to CBS2Chicago.com and click on Morning News. We'll hook you up.